Good afternoon.
Hello.
How are you doing?
We're good.
What do they call you when you are like a
Pair.
combo?
I'm Innocent. This is Millicent.
Yeah.
So it's basically the last syllables of our name, the scent. So we're the scent twins.
Oh.
Innocent,
Yeah,
Millicent,
Innocent Millicent.
scent twins.
So if the other one decides to change the cent to a pound, then what's gonna happen?
Oh,
It's
no. No, unless we change it to $1, maybe. I don't know. Some
Who
value
changed the
to
name? Was
my
it you or was it Innocent?
No, never.
And it's just, it's just followers just like
Yeah.
giving nicknames there and there.
Oh,
when
so
you
they
like
just
playing
gave you
around.
nickname, and
Yeah.
for them that they okay. Tell me more about your upbringing. Where you grew up and just your family background.
Yes. So we grew up in Mamelodi. It's a township in Tshwane. We're raised by our grandparents, our grandmother and our grandfather. My grandmother's still alive. She's 88 this year.
What?
Which is amazing. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So we're raised by them. Our mom passed away when we were 4. And our dad later on in life, I'm not sure when exactly, because he didn't really raise us.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a close relationship. But yeah, basically that's where we did our schooling, our primary, our high school, and then we moved to Joburg when we were doing our tertiary.
So how do people tell you apart? I think now after a couple of minutes, I'm starting to see
you get it.
Yeah.
I
Our personalities are quite different. I think the
Yes.
more we speak, people are like, oh, okay, no, I see the personalities. People use our rings to tell us apart.
Yeah, a lot of people.
And I think also we're normally the same weight, like 80% of the year, and then 20% of
festive
the
season.
year.
Is that the festive season thing?
Between festive season and winter season.
So tell me about the values you learned from your grandma.
I think she really taught us value of hard work and really just working towards everything that we want in life. We never got anything on a silver platter. My grandmother, as much as she just wanted to hand out everything to us to just make our lives feel a little bit easier, she didn't. She taught us lessons. She's like, guys, if you want a good life, and if you want nice things in life, you need to work hard for it. And lessons of never giving up, that life is not as easy as black and white. We literally never need to give up on anything or our dreams and anything. So
respect and humility as well. So, in everything that I guess we achieve in life, we've just always remained humble. We've just always been very kind to people, and that comes from my grandmother. We never feel like we're too high or, too important for other people. Just always very respectful, or we hope. But yeah, so I really appreciate all of those values, yeah.
So grandmas are known to be very strict, especially Kachelete. That's Sakatuki.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
100%.
so how did the money thing work with grandma?
Very interesting for my grandmother. I think she was an entrepreneur at heart. She was a teacher for many years. My grandfather was a principal. He also owned his own school. But after she went on pension, my grandmother started a business selling ice block. I don't know what to call it. Yeah, I think it was 50 cents.
So ice block again.
Ice
Is there any other name?
no, ice block.
Just frozen ices, and she would sell them for like 50 cents then at the time.
Yeah.
And she would literally give us a very strict budget of how much we have for the week. So she was very strict. You would not get a rand extra from what was budgeted for you. So it was like, this is what you have, use it responsibly. You must make sure by the end of the week you still get to school. So you wouldn't go back and say, Kokong shotange 2 rand, or shotange 4 rand, 5 rand. No. Every cent counted, but also I think that diligence of the business and making sure that there's always product ready at home. I was like, Koko, what is it with this ice? She was like, these ices are getting you guys to school. I'm like, no, I hate doing this thing. And the cups had to be precise, like the measurements of the cup and how you tie it and how long it freezes. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really appreciate those small things, and those are some of the values I think I teach my kids when it comes to money, to say that it doesn't come easy. There's a responsibility that has to come with it.
Yeah.
It sounds like your grandmother was one person where she wanted to do everything with precision.
Oh yeah.
And this thing about budgeting influence how you do your budgeting in your life now that you are Older.
Yes,
Yeah, ask this one.
absolutely.
Because she runs the finances in our lives. So
Yeah.
we have a business
really?
together, but she runs the finances. In fact, I was just reminding her, I'm like, girl, don't forget to pay my salary now.
She doesn't even have to remind me. She knows it's going to be done.
Yeah.
But I think those lessons definitely come from her upbringing and really understanding money and the value of money. For us, just being an entrepreneur, seeing how money comes in and money comes out, and yet there needs to be a profit. And on top of the profit, there's still money that you need to grow from the profit so that you can have more money next month. So those values, I mean, for me, it's like, okay, no, don't use all your money. Save some of it invest it, you know, and some of it use it to grow it like month to month, and then there's long term. We're working with 50 cents basically, but she's like, you see, from this 50 cents, I need to get stock. And it can't be a loss because we must have a profit. And from the profit, you must have a portion to save from that. So although it was just coins then, now that we're not
Today, she literally runs our entire business. Everything within the business is taken care of. And it's never done late. It's always done precisely, correctly. Like, I don't get involved because it's just like, me and numbers are not that amazing. But she does a very good job. Sometimes I'm like, where do you get it? You know, just the discipline of finances really got us where we are, I think, as young black entrepreneurs.
So you are twins, you were born on the same day, but clearly, definitely, without a doubt, somebody is the elder. So who gets the double portion here?
Nobody gets a double portion.
No one.
She's older, but you know what? When it comes to finances, I'm older. Other things, she can take the older sister seats, and then I'm fine with that.
She's straight.
But
Okay, let's take this example. You know, when you are more or less same age, in your case, I mean, everything same.
yeah.
When grandma dishes up, obviously the portions they are shaking.
You
Growing
don't
up,
wanna
was there anything
You
there?
don't want to know. You don't want to know.
It's actually embarrassing just thinking back at it. Then a whole 5 minutes.
Because I'm trying to equalize the plates and to make sure that there's no differences. I mean, it's a thing.
The meat was a problem.
Yeah, the meat was a problem. Everything.
Oh,
all the
Yes.
things were a problem. So I know she's got identical twins, and it's a problem even with them. You can't give the other one a wing
bigger piece.
and the other one a thigh. No. So that's always been an issue with us. But I think, you know, when you grow older, you realize those things don't really matter. But when you're younger, they do.
They do matter.
You're twins, but you each one of you know that you have your own destiny.
Yes.
How did you start discovering yourself to say, actually, this is my talent? I mean, you're doing more or less similar things, but of course, somebody will be more on something else than the other. You know, talk to me about your destiny, your aspirations, and how you're getting there. How you discovered that?
Yes, so we've always known that we wanted to be in the entertainment industry from a very young age. We used to write our own scripts.
So clearly you had a mirror here. Then.
Yeah, no, we had a very beautiful mirror, and it was actually my mom's mirror.
Wow.
So most of our shows were actually, you know, born from that mirror. We used to look at ourselves and just go on and on and on and on. So from a young age, we knew what we wanted to do. We wanted to be in the entertainment industry, and so we went on to go and study television. Both of us did. But when we were older, to answer your question, yes, I realized that my strong points are more in acting and hers are more in presenting. So currently she's a presenter on the channel she works on, and I'm an actor on the channel that I work on. Although together in our business, we sort of like do everything. We do production, you know. So that's basically we landed up where we wanted to land up.
It's similar but not the same. But I think also the difference is for us, we celebrate them. It was so nice to see her venturing in something she loves more, though in the same industry. And I think even on social media, people follow us for different reasons, you know. She's more of like, more spiritual, I guess. Content and whatever, and people follow her for that. And then we have a page together where people just follow us because we are twins and because they love us together. But we are so different at the same time, and I'm glad that, you know, we were able to find those differences and we celebrate them, and and everybody just embraces that, I guess.
So what were some of your toughest financial moments growing up, knowing that you don't have a mother and you don't have a father and you're being raised by a grandma?
I think going to tertiary, it was hard. I won't lie.
University.
I remember when I went for my first qualification, it was for my diploma, and there was just no funds.
I'm sure she was praying when
Oh
you
yeah, you know.
These are my kids.
She's ready because she was like, you are going to get this degree.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And so we went there, but the funds weren't available. I remember she tried to go get a loan and she couldn't qualify for the loan. She was already a bit older, you know. So then we tried to get one of our uncles to get a student loan. And that was very tough because I believe I'm an academic, you know. I love education, I love studying. And so that moment for me, like, was horrible. Eventually we managed to get a loan from my uncle. But from that moment on, I told myself I never ever want to suffer that way, to get education, to be empowered, to be able to get something that I'm so passionate about and that I know is going to have a great impact to my future and my destiny. So I remember for my degree and for my honors and for my masters, I took myself to school while I was working, while I was studying, while I had a family, a husband and kids. I did it myself because I didn't want to go through that suffering. I didn't want to go through that insecurity of not knowing that someone, a principal or a finance person is going to walk in a classroom and say, oh, can we see you for a moment, you know? Can I see you in my office, you know, you have no page, you can't come to school. That was really, really hard for me. And I think you will share your own story.
It's a very similar experience. I think for me it was worse because I was doing my final year and they just hit me with the statements like, oh, you can't write your exams because your fees are not paid. And I remember calling my grandmother like, girl, we have to make a plan, come through. And we literally went to all the banks and we got declined everywhere, you know, and I literally had to drop out, go and work.
Yeah.
After a couple of years, go back to school and pay for myself. Yeah. And when I actually went back for my first year, I was 27. Our journeys are different. Our path is different. I think we had made peace. Our journey is not going to be as easy as other people. I think financially, my grandmother managed to take us to a very good school, primary school and high school, but varsity rates are extreme. It's not like...
And you're dealing with two people here. It's not just one child.
And there's two of them, and there's accommodation, and there's textbooks, and there's this. So it's not just that 7,000 you're paying a month. Now it's 30,000 rand that you need. So that was hectic. I think that was our toughest financial years, you know, trying to maneuver through university.
I would imagine for twins, when we talk about peer pressure, it's probably more pronounced when it comes to twins because you're used to
doing things together.
When doing things together, everything must be equal.
Yeah.
How did you navigate that when as you're big? Okay, other one gets married. The other one maybe. I'm sure you didn't get married on the same day, did you?
No, we wanted to though,
and that didn't happen.
We did get married on the same year.
That was the best we could do.
I think with peer
couple
pressure.
of months apart.
With peer pressure, it was there, but it was not from us. It was from other people. We love to celebrate one another. Her win is my win, and vice versa. But the pressure is too much. We still have it to date. I don't know why people think and feel our progress should be the same because it will never be. We're two different individuals who have two different journeys and paths in life. However, it was hard. I remember when I got married, it was a few months. Where was it?
Before.
How many months?
It was a few months, but I remember on the day of Hello Bola, I cried the whole day.
Why?
I was just like, this is not fun at all. Like, who celebrates somebody coming to fetch your sister? Like, what kind of people are these? You know?
Yeah.
No, I didn't take it well at all. No, I didn't.
So here's the thing, talking about, again, being twins, I mean, you would wear the same clothes.
Yes.
Everything, same. But then again, you discover in life, there's a danger in coping. What was the experience like? Especially when we talk about finances.
Yes.
And the progress that each one is making financially and all that, you know. So how did you navigate that? Because I surely...
How are we navigating it now?
You would ever?
How are we navigating it now?
Yes.
I remember my sister just bought a car 3 weeks ago.
A month ago.
I'm telling you, every day, people ask, when are you going to... I'm like, why? I'm just not in the right financial standing.
You need to buy a car. Why does she need to buy a car? Because like it's the weirdest thing. But you know, it's like it's a normal thing for us. Like if I do something on the left, she must do it on the right. And it even started when we were at school. I think for us, besides externally, for us at school, our teachers had to separate us even in the class because we were so used to being together that we gotten into, I don't know what to call it, into a mood or a rhythm of doing things the exact same way. We'd answer the same question at the same time, would want to write until they split us. and it was a big mess. It was just like, what? You know, and I realized, oh my goodness, I'm actually so bad at maths. I was just copying everything she's doing. And she's realizing I was actually so bad at English. She was doing everything in English. You know, so we realized, oh my goodness, actually being individuals can really help us, you know. We learned we had to be individuals because
absolutely.
it didn't work.
Especially now, again, that we're older, because we have to make those big financial decisions, like buying houses, buying cars, buying property, investing money. So it's different even now. We bought our houses at different years, different times, different prices, you know. So we realize that financially, you know, especially with kids and family, we're not the same. So we always had to, I can't copy what she's doing. I can't get the same fridge. I got the same stove. I couldn't tell my husband. I was just like, I really, really want this next stove.
It sounds like it's still there. Maybe 5%.
It's still there.
Oh yeah, no, it's still there. I mean, if I feel like it's gonna benefit me, you know.
We influence each other a lot in our daily lives. If I'm really convinced this is the best stove or this is the best fridge, it's over. She's gonna get it. Like, even if she gets it in different colors, so it doesn't seem like we copied each other, but we have a very big influence on each other.
You see, this is where maybe a lot of people in general tend to end up having financial difficulty or getting in too much debt because I'm trying to copy from somebody else. What do you think is the danger of copying?
I think also not being content with what you have. I think contentment is very important, and also you have to respect money. I respect money because I never ever want to feel like I'm unable to live my life to its best capacity because of finances. I respect it, and so I always set my boundaries. I plan for everything, and so people just need to understand what they have and work with what they have. If you have 10 Rand, respect that that's what you have, and live according to that, and make means that are fit for that 10 Rand. That's very important. And I think also just being a twin and having those pressures. For us, I have to understand, Sissy, I can't do it. Actually, we're planning on buying cars at the same time. I'll be honest. We actually planning on buying the same car. But I remember we had a conversation. Do you remember, Sissy? I said, Sissy, honestly, I just can't afford it. It makes sense.
The debit order is going to
and I
said, calculated everything.
We literally calculated everything. And I said, Sissy, like, it's not going to be a life for me. It's going to be fun when I'm on the road, but it's not going to be fun when I get back home. It's just the finances, they aren't adding up. And that's a beautiful place to be in. I think that takes financial maturity. First of all, I didn't have a deposit, she did. Second of all, you can afford it, I can't.
No, but besides that, I think also the danger about copying is that you copying something like a finished product. Like you're copying something that you're tangibly seeing, but you're not copying the work aspect of it. So you can try and copy what people have, and you try and keep up with everybody else, but you're not keeping up with them with actually the income, not their spending. So you find yourself in a lot of debt, and you're depressed. You've got loans left, right, and center. You've got credit cards left, right, and center, and things that you actually can't afford. And meanwhile, the person you actually copied is living their life. They still can afford to travel. They can still afford to pay for their house. They can still, afford to upgrade. So I think that's a danger. But, I know when you're looking at things, it's nice from the outside, like, I actually want this and this and this and this.
There's a difference between a want and a need.
There are 5 jobs as well. If you want, there are 5 cars. You know, so it comes with the hard work. You can't just want the final results and not care how they manage to afford everything that they have.
How would you advise young people how to manage envy? This secret competition which happens especially with people who are friends and things like that. You are sisters, you are so close. And there's no issue there, there's no unhealthy competition. How would you advise young people? If you don't manage envy, you're going to get into financial difficulties.
Well, I think it's very important to know your purpose. I feel like a lot of people who've got envy, they follow on other people's journeys, not theirs. So if you focused on your own purpose and your own journey, it's very difficult for you to intrude or get involved in other people's business. So focus. What is it that you've been born for? What is it that you've been called to do? Where are you going to be in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? What are your goals? So if your goals are set in place, and if you are so determined to achieve those goals, I doubt you have any extra time to really try and envy other people. So you need to be clear about who you are. You need to be clear about where you want to end up and land up. You shouldn't envy people. Let people be an inspiration. Let people influence you towards the right direction. Instead of you envying them, let them mentor you. You know, let them guide you. Let them show you resources for you to get there. So envy is not the way to go. It's also not the quickest route to get things that you want. Instead, it's going to delay you because you want what someone else has, and you're not willing to put in the work. If you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to put in the hours, get the right people, get the right resources, get education, educate yourself, and get the right support. Like I said, mentors, I strongly believe in that because I believe there's knowledge and power that lies there, and you can't know it all. But there are people in place to help you move forward in life.
So anything you'd like to add?
I think just envy is just a trap, honestly. It just causes a lot of unnecessary hate, a lot of unnecessary competition, because you're literally competing with people that are probably not competing with you. You're going to ruin relationships, and you're going to lose a lot of opportunities because of envy. It's just a bad vibe. It's just like a negative vibe. But it happens. I think it's easier said than done, you know, to just find your purpose, be content with what you have, work hard, you know. Unfortunately, and this is not even like about 2000 whatever, even grown adults have envy. You know, it's a real thing. You could all be a group of married adults and you're happy, and there's envy. It's just like, you know, why can't I have what she has? It's just rivalry and competing and hate and bad vibes. Yeah, no.
Can you imagine Gogo envying another Gogo's false teeth?
Oh my goodness.
Because Gogo is false teeth now.
No, actually,
No, it's real. We have a real story.
No, like recently she wanted a certain walker.
Okay.
And we had bought a walker that
A better one.
A better one.
With wheels.
But no.
Yeah.
She wanted a specific one which another old person uses, and she says that grey one. I said, Gogo, that's like downgrade from what she's like. I want that
So
one.
we literally had to go
buy.
buy that walker for her.
She believes it's better.
Yeah.
She believes it will help her. She tried to explain it. She says it's the height, it's the color, it's just
it's gonna help me walk.
We
I'm
were like,
like,
okay, Gogo.
But so it's real. I mean, it might not be the teeth, but it's definitely something related to that. So even at that age, they have real struggles.
Yeah.
So you guys are both married.
Yes.
And, you know, once you marry someone, obviously, you know, once you become one, you start having an identity as a family in terms of how you handle things and the money thing. So how does the money thing work in your marriage, and how does the money thing work in your marriage?
Very differently.
So differently.
Sure.
So differently. And I think it took experience for us to see that. And so in my family, your money works very differently. I think firstly...
You keep circling there.
Yeah, no, it works very differently. Like, okay, so my husband, he draws up a budget every month, and I decided that he will take on like the bigger expenses. I'll take on the smaller expenses. The smaller expenses. And then
What happened to Ntombo?
I'm like, you know what? I tried and I realized it's just not me.
I don't have a choice. You see, in my family, we are equal.
Okay.
So all expenses are
divided
equally.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 100%. So
Yes.
there's no big expenses, small expenses. See, that's why I don't have a car.
That 20% made a difference.
Look, I think she was smart to say, no, you take the bigger things.
Yes.
You went with the 50-50.
You know, and I was okay with that. Funny enough, that's what I wanted. You know, I don't feel like my husband has to pay for everything when I'm there and when I'm able to afford it as well. So for me, I'm like, okay, how much is this? How much is our bond? We split it. How much are the cars? How much is insurance? How much is this? We split it equally.
And it works for them.
And it works for us.
But I don't think it would work
But in her
for me.
household, no. Her husband takes care of
No,
almost everything.
No, it's not that. No, it's probably like a 70-30 like split. But also there's ways of making up for that. You know, like for me, like with time, I'm more available to make sure things happen in the house with, you know, managing the kids. Like we've got very busy, active kids who are doing everything from sports to swimming to arts and culture to everything. Like I need to manage their life. He's less available. So when you're less available, you must bring in all of the money.
Something.
Yes, because when you're away from home, you have to be making money. So if I'm more available, it means I've got less time to make money. So then we just had to see like who's better in managing things on the ground and away, and then it just worked. But I know every single household works differently.
Yes.
And I am happy with the fact that at least we found a balance.
Yes.
And that works. And if I find financial income differs in the next 2 years, maybe we might adjust it. If maybe, you know, I earn like 10 times more than him, I might just feel sorry for him. I'm like, okay, maybe save me a buck. But I think I'm just very traditional, you know, in that when I got married, I just, you know, maybe even my husband is also traditional. Even he felt like, I'm the man, I need to do everything.
Yes.
And I also came in with that thing, like, I'm the wife.
Yeah.
I think if we could, he would take care of 100% of the expenses, but I'm just very independent as well. I love working hard, and you know, I want my kids to see me working, to see me making money, and to also teach them how to make money. And our kids are actually working.
Our kids are working.
Money.
All our kids have salaries because all of them are influencers.
Oh.
So they all have bank accounts. They all get money for every work that they do. They're very money savvy and very money conscious.
Wow.
So every campaign that they do, they will ask you, how much am I making from this campaign? How much have you transferred into my account? How much do I have now? Did I gain any interest from the account? Yeah, oh no. And the youngest baby, or we co-parent our kids. We have 5 kids in total.
Oh, 5.
Yes,
Okay.
in total. So the youngest one is the one who's got the most money, which is quite
No, I think she was born just at the right time. I
Okay.
think she's just born when we figured out how this whole thing works. But they know, like on Fridays, they'll be like, can I use my card? I need to buy takeaways on this day, or it's my friend's birthday, I need to buy gifts. I mean, I'm still trying to teach them the value of money, because at this point, they're acting like Father Christmas. They can buy everybody everything. Like if someone says, I don't have this, I can buy you, I can buy you. So I'm like, no, wait. Not yet.
Yeah.
Let's let the money grow. There's money that because they're like, but I have the money. What's wrong? So I have to teach them, no. The money that you have, some of it we save, some of it we invest, some of it you can use on a daily basis. And I think those lessons, you know, are very, very important for us to
I think
teach
they
them.
understand it now.
They're getting it.
They're getting it.
Close to getting it.
How far do you live from each other?
15 minutes
No,
away.
not so far. Thank you,
15
Lord.
minutes.
It used to be far. It used to be very far.
Like
I don't
40
know
minutes.
why we had bought a house so far, but now I recently just bought a new house.
So we're 15 minutes
So we're
apart.
15 minutes apart.
But ideally, what we would have liked is to have houses
door,
next
next
to each
door.
other.
Why do you get it? Why can't our husbands get it? It was so easy for you to get it.
We're gonna save on petrol.
And we
We're
see each
gonna
other
save
every
on
day
a lot.
because we work together.
Okay.
And we help each other with our kids. Like I say, we co-parent our kids. So between the 4 of us, everyone is responsible for each child. So the further we are apart from one another, it costs us more.
Unnecessary expense.
Yeah.
So if somebody's husband, between the two of you, said, I had an opportunity in Cape Town,
Yeah.
what would happen?
I am moving into her house for the duration of the Cape Town.
Yeah, no, 100%. That
I'm
would
just
Yeah.
like, please just have a big enough house.
You
That's a
wouldn't
different
join-
discussion. I'm like,
I don't think you're
no,
ready.
you
I
don't
don't
even
think you're ready.
understand with the dynamics of our families and our husbands. It's
Yeah.
just, it's a
We were
lot.
trying to save them,
Yeah.
but they don't see the value yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even for our wedding, because we're like, we're going to invite the same guests twice.
Yes.
It's
One
not
wedding.
economical. Let's have one wedding.
So what did they say?
No, obviously.
It was a very
Because the
big
one
no.
is from Venda, the one is from Bushbuck Ridge. And I'm
And
thinking,
they're like, our
Yeah.
cultures are different.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, then let's embrace the differences in one room.
Yeah.
Listen, we had 2 weddings
Yeah.
with the same guests.
Yes.
Can you imagine the cost?
Actually, I think you are onto something. You know, you have saved a
Yes.
lot of money. But then, again, it comes back to the issue of readiness, that if one
Yeah,
husband says,
exactly.
I'm not
Absolutely.
ready,
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
it's one of those things. But I guess it would have been cheaper, though.
Too much.
Eh?
A lot.
Yeah.
Very, very. Oh, no.
Do you celebrate anniversaries?
I don't anymore.
yeah, I don't know why. I do, 100% I do.
Yeah, she does. And I'm like, yeah, I'm happy for you. And then just let it go. But for me, I think I've got things now that I prefer maybe to celebrate, like to spend money on, because anniversaries are quite expensive. We must have one international trip a year and one local trip a year. And that's me. And then my sister doesn't really prioritize traveling. She just thinks it's too expensive. So, but she will then prioritize her anniversaries and go out. No, not that you don't. I mean, now she's
Now
better.
I do.
I've managed
You've
to convince
influenced
her.
me.
Yeah.
Listen, girl, you need to get out of Saudi, you know, like you got to trade the rand for something so that you can, live differently. So, I think, as I grow, I just, value other things more and celebrate, differently.
If your bank account called you, what would it say?
I think my bank account would say to me, you are so healthy. You're doing well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yes.
Push harder, work harder, but you are very healthy and you're on the right track.
Okay.
Yeah. I think mine would say, girl, you are so busy. You are keeping us awake day and night. Transacting online, offline. Stay away from the mall. No, I think we would say that. But we say, you know what? We love the healthy habits. We love it. We can see that you are trying and that, you're doing better month by month.
You're a work in progress.
You're a work in progress. You're not too bad. You're not too bad. Yeah.
What would you say to wives? And when I say wives, I'm not trying to do the gender thing. I'm just talking because you are wives.
Yes.
When it comes to the money thing, what is the one single advice you'd give to wives in terms of how they need to support their partner, regarding the money issue in the family?
Wow, I would say wives should empower themselves. I see a lot of wives, I guess some of my peers, who are not empowered, and money does become a problem. And it also is the root of so many other problems in relationships or marriages or whatever people want to call it. So, and I feel like a lot of women who are empowered and who are able to get things themselves and not necessarily have to ask from a male counterpart, and vice versa, or the male counterpart asking the female counterpart, it's usually easier. So I'm very grateful. That's one thing I wouldn't change about my life. I love the fact that I'm independent. I love the fact that I'm able to take care of myself, and so that's very important. So women must just, or wives or mothers, empower yourself, because in that you can empower your children as well. I remember when I make the decision also with my kids, I said to my husband, I want to take them to a private school. It was not a question. It was like, I want to because I know I can financially too. I'm taking that decision because it's an empowered decision. But I was never going to be able to do that if someone was going to give me a yes or no or maybe.
Yeah.
So empowerment as a wife also gives you freedom, also gives you freedom of expression and a voice, So that's very important. I would say that to young wives, 100%.
Yeah. I think I would very, very similar to that. Like, make your own money. Firstly, make your own money. Know that you are able to afford your own life. And then your husband can make his own money and make more money, great, bonus, but also learn to save. Save up money. I know when people get married, some people have like joint accounts and you save together, you know how much this one earns, but have that little secret emergency account.
Yeah, you told me that. I'm so glad.
Nobody knows nothing
so
about.
Glad.
Okay.
I have saved my husband many times because I have saved money he doesn't know about. Because I'm like, if you knew about it, you would have used it when we're stuck on the highway. We said, oh, that money, give me 1,000, let's pour a full tank, But it saved us during emergencies. It's just being wise with money. Always just, make money and have that secret account. You have the one with your wife and husband where you save together, but have that emergency one. It is going to save you on those rainy days.
Between the two of you, who is the strongest in managing finances?
This one.
I don't think so. I don't know why she says that.
You're so amazing. Sissy, what do you mean?
I don't think so. I don't know.
You are such a responsible spender and you handle money. Like my sister won't give you a cent from the business account. If I was running that business account, I don't know where our business would be.
I don't know why she says
but
that.
She's got the discipline. She's got the right, morals for treating money. And now I respect money because of her. So Sissy, you're on the right track. Stop looking down on yourself.
She always says that.
Where we are because of you. Let me tell you, our finances are right. We pay our taxes, our SARS, whatever, on time. She'll never miss it. Our salaries are in on time. Things are just done. Like you'll never get to the office if there's no Wi-Fi because someone didn't pay for it. Things are done on time. She keeps all invoices. She keeps.
I'm glad you think so.
All statements.
I just
all
try.
receipts. Her bag now.
I like a system that works.
Yeah.
I like a system that works. I don't like a system that's all over the place. And I believe finances need a lot of discipline. And once you have like a system that works, it really makes things easier. And you can track stuff. I don't like feeling like I don't know where this 200 rand went. Like I need to know where every cent went, and you can be accountable for everything.
Yes.
that gives me peace.
Wow.
And you give me peace too.
Wow. No, that's the shalom.
Yes.
Well, Innocent and Millicent, thank you so much. You've been wonderful guests, and I trust me, a lot of people will learn from what you said. So thank you so much for honoring us. And
Thank you for having us.
It was so fun.
Yeah, you're an amazing host too. Thank you.
thank you so much.